My name is Madison Cucha. I am a P4 pharmacy student, and my presentation is on the safety and regulation of CBD products. So, the objectives define CBD and its medical benefits, identify how CBD products are regulated, identify what needs to be on the CBD label, and recognize and explain the interactions with CBD. So, what is CBD? CBD is short for cannabidiol, which is a chemical compound found in the cannabis sativa plant. It is the second most prevalent active ingredient in marijuana behind THC. Although CBD is this essential component, it does not take part in causing a high. The plant cannabis sativa has two primary species called hemp and marijuana. CBD is contained in both, but is much more in hemp. According to the World Health Organization in humans, CBD exhibits no effects indicative of any abuse or dependence potential. To date, there is no evidence of public health-related problems associated with the use of pure CBD. The medical benefits of CBD. So there are many amazing benefits of CBD that I've learned about this semester, some of those that have really given me a new perspective on medical cannabis. One of the strongest scientific evidence of effectiveness is in treating childhood epilepsy syndromes such as Dravet syndrome and Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. CBD would not only reduce these seizures, but sometimes stop them altogether. And what makes this finding so much more monumental is that usually these syndromes are unresponsive to anti-seizure medications. CBD also helps relieve anxiety, insomnia, and chronic pain. How are CBD products regulated? So hemp and marijuana have different regulations. Marijuana is considered a Schedule I controlled substance under the Controlled Substance Act and is regulated by the DEA. Marijuana-derived CBD is illegal at the federal level, with an exception of the use of an FDA-approved drug called Epidiolex. At the state level, marijuana-derived CBD is available in the states where it is legal to sell, grow, and possess under the state law. Under recent legislative changes, the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp-derived CBD is not to be regulated at the federal level as a controlled substance. As hemp production is no longer subject to be regulated by the DEA as a controlled substance, a U.S. hemp market has now been flooded with opportunities. Hemp production is now regulated by the agricultural commodity under the U.S. Department of Agriculture. However, these products are not largely regulated and are used predominantly to treat specific medical conditions. As mentioned earlier, Epidiolex is the most recent FDA-approved treatment for pediatric seizure disorders. In 2018, the Farm Bill, it was stated that hemp constitutes as all derivatives, extracts, cannabinoids, isomers, acids, salts, and salts of isomers as long as there was no more than 0.3% concentration of THC contained in them. All other cannabis is considered to be marijuana and is still to be regulated by the DEA. CBD products are able to be purchased currently online, over the counter, and at dispensaries. What needs to be on the CBD label? The labeling of CBD products is a confusing process that has become very strict, as some have in the past have been misleading. These labels include those that may not be true to the amount of THC contained in them or making false claims on the benefits that the products do for you. The FDA reported to Congress on mislabeling and sent a report to be tested. Akin Gum, a law firm, states that of the products tested thus far, indicated a specific amount of CBD, almost 55% contained a CBD level that differed from the labeling by more than 20%. Just under half of the products tested contained THC or a related compound. Hemp products must contain no more than 0.3% THC to avoid potentially facing scrutiny for containing marijuana, which remains an illegal substance under federal law. What needs to be on the CBD label? Labeling requirements differ from state to state. Some states even allow the sale of CBD in foods and dietary supplements, but require specific labeling information and warnings. So in this guide right here, It lists the different things that you need in your CBD labeling. So you need a brand name, generally like the most prominent feature. This is the name that your products are marketed under. You also need an ingredient declaration, which tells you everything that's in the product. It must be listed. The product identity, this is what your CBD product is or does. It must be included on the product display panel of your product. You also need net quantity of contents. You must state the amount of the actual product without any of the packaging, container, as well as the amount of active CBD per serving. You also need a warning caution statement. This is a good idea to have standard warnings for children, pregnant women, as well as any complications for those taking other medications. And you also must have disclosure of material facts. These are any facts that are reasonable what a person would deem to be important, significant, or essential when buying your CBD product. So for instance, CBD oil is only good for nighttime use. That should be disclosed in this. What to avoid on a CBD label. False or misleading claims or treatment or prevention of a disease, and you should not violate the Poison Prevention Packaging Act of 1970. Interactions with CBD. The potential for drug-to-drug interactions with CBD is high, as CBD has effects on drugs that rely on CYP3A4 for metabolism, as well as PGP for excretion. This will prevent the CYP system from metabolizing other compounds. As these drugs are going to remain in the body, it will lead to elevated concentrations, which can contribute to unwanted side effects and even an overdose. According to the Indiana University Department of Medicine, drugs that are contained with CBD include, or contraindicated with CBD include steroids, corticosteroids, HMG, CoA reductase inhibitors, calcium channel blockers, antihistamines. There's a huge list. It's many of them, so I think it's really important that you speak with your doctor before taking any products with CBD, especially if you're on a bunch of medications. Summary personal thoughts. Overall, the regulations for CBD and products are evolving and changing constantly and will continue to do so as more studies and trials are done of these products. I believe there are many benefits to CBD products that I have not only researched but have heard personal experiences from people. This labeling for CBD products is very strict, but I think it is necessary due to the many misleading labeling that has occurred in the past. Take-home points: CBD does not cause a high. It treats childhood epilepsy syndrome, specifically Epidiolex. Under the recent legislative changes, the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp-derived CBD is not to be regulated at the federal level as a controlled substance. It is now regulated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. CBD labeling must include brand name, ingredient declaration, product identity, net quantity of contents, warning, caution statement, and disclosure of material facts. You should avoid misleading labels and check with your physician before taking CBD products to check for potential drug-to-drug interactions. And those are my references. And that's it. Thank you.